Let's get more on this now from our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, our chief White House correspondent, Jon Karl. Jon, let me begin with you. Those are the Democrats' troubles in the Senate with Al Franken. Meantime, Republicans in the Senate still running away from their Senate candidate, Roy Moore, down in Alabama, but not President Trump.
Well, Republican leaders in the Senate have almost to a person disavowed Roy Moore. They have said that they believe the women that have accused him. They've even tried to find every possible way to get a Republican challenger for him on the ballot or as a write-in candidate in Alabama. But, George, you are right. The president moves closer and closer every day to an outright endorsement of Moore. Over the weekend, he was tweeting about the Alabama Senate race, attacking Moore's Democratic opponent, saying the last thing we need in Alabama and the U.S. Senate is a Schumer Pelosi puppet who is weak on crime, weak on the border, bad for our military and our great vets. So that's the president saying that Jones would be a disaster. It's interesting. He doesn't mention Moore by name in those tweets, but it's clear that he wants Roy Moore to win that Senate race in 2 weeks in Alabama.
No question about that. Meantime, Mary Bruce, on the House side in the Capitol, Democrats embroiled in their own scandal. Jon Conyers, the senior Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, forced to step down from that position while an ethics committee looks at his allegations against him. And some senior Republicans caught up in this as well.
Yeah, George, these allegations of sexual misconduct are dominating the conversation up here, and we are beginning to see some consequences. Democrat Jon Conyers is out of his leadership position on the House Judiciary Committee, at least for now, while an ethics investigation continues into these allegations that he sexually harassed his former staffers. The 27-term congressman denies these claims and says he isn't giving up his seat. He says he looks forward to vindicating himself. While on the other side of the aisle, Republican Joe Barton is also under scrutiny after he apologized for a lewd photo of himself that circulated online. It's actually so lewd that we can't even show it. It stems from what both sides say was a consensual relationship, but Barton also reportedly threatened to report the woman if she went public. And George, he also says he has no plans to resign either.
And Mary, this could be just the beginnings of the revelations on Capitol Hill as they face an incredibly packed December.
Yeah, George, the list of unfinished business for lawmakers up here is pretty brutal. First up, they want to pass tax reform. Then they also need to avert a government shutdown, fund children's health insurance, determine the fate of Dreamers, and pass emergency aid for hurricane relief. And that is just some of the list. Now, President Trump will be up here tomorrow meeting with congressional leaders, trying to hammer out some of this. But these are really thorny issues, and there isn't a lot of time for complicated negotiations. Christmas is now just a month away, and there are just 12 working days left when the Senate and the House are both in session.
Okay, Mary Bruce, Jon Karl, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.